Welcome back. Today is National STEM or STEAM Day, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, and also how science can incorporate artistic expression. I'm here with Jody Strong from UW La Crosse's campus this morning. And Jody, we've got some activities here that really work well for 4 to 5-year-olds. Can you talk about what some of these activities might be?
Yes. What I have here today is something that might not look like traditional toys that you might see in a store or other settings. What these are is it's an opportunity for children to experience open-ended play.
Okay.
They can follow their own interest, which is going to deepen their learning and engage their interest level, making it more significant for them. These materials are something that I've used recently in my own classroom. I have beautiful pieces of river material here. We were experimenting with being bridge builders.
Ooh.
I have small cups available. Some of the children chose to make their bridges go across the river, and they decided to add people on the top. Some of my friends decided to make their bridges go down the river and see how long they could make them. Like
That's very
this.
interesting.
We experimented with measurement, with gravity, with physics, seeing what could hold weight and what couldn't. I had some clothespins available for some of my children to practice their fine motor experiences. And I stood back and really let them direct their learning. And because they were going where they were interested in, it was much more significant for them and much more interesting. And they engaged with these materials for close to an hour, which at 4 and 5 years old is pretty amazing.
Well, I've been struck by these. I kind of want to dive in and try my own choose your own adventure
Absolutely.
Skills. But what are some of the benefits of having some of these activities open-ended and really just for the kids to kind of explore?
Because the children are able to direct their own learning, it shows them that their ideas and their creativity have worth and importance, and that they're worth exploring and pursuing. It also shows me as their teacher and parents who are the first educators, it shows them where your child's interest level is lying at the moment. And so instead of spending a lot of time on something that your child isn't ready for or interested in yet and wasting both of your time and both of you potentially getting frustrated, this is going to be a lot more worthwhile for parents, educators, and children, because the child is directing play and directing their interests, and everybody's going to be more interested. The topic is going to be more significant and relevant, and it's going to stick with them for a lot longer.
So these activities are great, and obviously they invite more imagination, but also, you know, they're easy for both boys and girls, which normally we see a lot of boys in STEM. So how do these encourage more girls to join in on this field?
Like I said before, it encourages creativity, and it shows that everyone's creativity has worth, and that just boys don't have to be builders. Boys can be caregivers, just like girls don't have to be the only ones being a caregiver with the babies or in the kitchen area. Girls can be builders too. I had a little girl in my classroom. We used these materials a few days ago. She built a really large, tall, elaborate bridge, and then she plowed through it and crashed it down, and that was her favorite part. It's showing that everyone is welcome everywhere, because everybody's ideas have worth and everybody has something to contribute.
Absolutely. And these are just, I mean, you can just dive right into these activities. It's perfect for anyone, really.
It really is. Anyone of all ages. If you have older children at home, something smaller like this might be more of an interest to them. If you have younger children, 2s, maybe early 3s, the larger materials might appeal to them.
And I think not only the great thing about this is that they're getting those skills early on in the classroom, but also the fact that it really opens their imagination. Because I remember when I was a kid, I was very imaginative. I'd play with whatever I'd pick up, and I think little activities like this, little household items that you can use, really benefit the kids.
Absolutely. Even now you remember what you liked stuff more than this, as opposed to something that was more closed-ended, something that looked like a toy, as opposed to something that might have come out of your parents' junk drawer. If you have a junk drawer at home, I encourage you to just bust it out. Look at those old keys that you can't throw away yet, but you don't have a use for. Bring out the old USB cables, the Tupperwares that don't have lids. Watch your child and see what they do with it, because they'll really impress you.
Well, Jody, I really appreciate your time this morning, and I know we made some different creations. I don't really know what I made out of this, but we'll just go with it for now.
That's all right. It doesn't have to be a thing. It can be something that you created, and that's the benefit of it.
Definitely. Some important notes for parents out there this morning. And Jody, we really appreciate you joining us.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
All right, and now we'll send it over to Alyssa.